We live out here. Let's go.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trash Talk with your boys, GGS. We are excited to be here. And finally, it's been a long time coming. Episode 1, let's get to introducing ourselves and let's get to talking shit, man.
First G is for your boy J Genius. What up? Out here, like he said, a long time coming. We've been trying to put this together just because we sit at the round table always talking trash, talking shit, talking smack. So we figured why not bring it to the masses and entertain y'all with our entertainment. So, kick up. Hopefully, you get a little information, you get a lot of laughs, you get a lot of entertainment. You stay tuned.
Absolutely. I'm Generico, and this is what I've wanted to do for a very long time. And these two other fine gentlemen in this podcast are very, very good friends of mine. And we're going to be bringing you some crazy moments, some informative moments. Life is crazy and crazy shit happens during life. And we're going to be talking about it. And so I hope it's going to be a long ride, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, you got your boy Smills repping out of Far Rock. I'm just here to give the honest opinion, probably the most uncommon opinions, but it's the stuff that's going to need to be heard. That's what I'm here for.
Before we get started, I did just want to say a quick thank you to Buzzsprout. Now, the thing of it is, if you ever wanted to start a podcast yourself, much like we did, well, I'm going to let you know right now, Trash Talk with GGS, we use Buzzsprout. And there is a reason why we use Buzzsprout. They make everything very, very simple for you. You get to get your own website, and you could deck the website out however you want. And the most beautiful thing of it is that they put you on every single major podcast platform. We're talking about Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, you name it. You're going to be on it. So go to www.buzzsprout.com, and there will be a link in the show notes below, and you can go ahead and get started and tell them we said what up and thank you.
Yeah, man. Sorry, how y'all want to get right back into this this nasty Nas talk and just get right to it.
Like I said, I don't think that it should be even a topic. This is the year 2021. Your boy has been out since the 90s. He's been one of the nicest since the 90s. For it to take this long for the recognition is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
That's my whole point. That's why I want to bring it up, because it's like, all of these people that get recognized and these multiple nominations and all that stuff, okay, that's nice. But this, in my opinion, between him and it's a lot of other artists out here that haven't got their just due. You know what I'm saying? Not even just in hip hop, just in general. Because like Nas got his first one that night. I don't know if y'all really rock with Lettucey like that, but she's a female R&B artist, sick. Got her first one that night, and she been rocking out since 2008, putting out crazy music. And here's some trivia for y'all, or some unknown facts. How many Grammys you think Music Soul Child got?
None.
You're absolutely right. None.
What?
He has none.
Are you serious?
Yes. None, bro. None. Not Love.
I'm gonna do you one
all
better.
Them tracks and all of that. All them
I'm
records
gonna do
that
you one better right now, bro. Now, according to Google, all right, some of the most iconic rappers who never ever get a Grammy: Tupac, Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg.
That's the one I was gonna bring up.
Wait. Busta didn't get a Grammy with that Janet Jackson song?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would think that at least that song would have got
of all songs, especially that one. With that was between that and I Know What You Want with Mariah Carey. Those was 2 Grammys, if you ask me.
Yep.
Just off the features alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nah. Nope. And it's crazy because that's the whole thing, how this whole situation is flawed. Now, if you notice the theme, because I checked the Grammys, I didn't really sit there and watch the whole show, but I just checked to see what the trend was. And of course, the theme was, giving a lane to artists that were talking about, the recent, uprising and, you know, the social injustice and everything like that. Like her, mad respect. She got a Grammy for her record that she did on the you know, that record that she had about social injustice, and it was tight. And she's dope. She deserves it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, for Nas to walk away with his first Grammy, and like you said, to be out here, been rocking since '93 basically, and Illmatic still to this day is one of the classic albums. Word is born. And it's just, it blows my mind, you know? And that's why you know, it's like the having the people or the academy or this situation or this sanctioned body to select what we the people deem to be the best out there, like is whack, if you ask me. Because what's an award to be issued by a certain, you know, conglomerate that's doesn't represent the listeners as a whole.
It doesn't represent us.
Like, If you're not part of the culture, then who cares what your opinion is? That's like, I'm surprised that with all of like, because it's been like that forever, man. I stopped watching I'm really gonna date myself because I really stopped watching Grammys like that since when they made the BET Awards. But then when the BET Awards got infiltrated and then that shit got watered down, I stopped watching that shit too. So it's like, since they know all of that, and now, especially like with the platforms that we have, I am shocked that there's no, like, you know how they have the People's Choice Awards?
Yeah.
I'm shocked that they don't have like something like that with people like how you got Joe Budden and Charlemagne and all of the people that's like really influential in the industry, to where they come up with, this is the awards that we see that's fit for our culture, and that's the guideline to go by. Not this bullshit like that. This Nas Grammy shit is a joke to me, son.
Yeah.
What you're talking about, isn't it kind of like what the BET Awards used to be?
That's been infiltrated, son.
Yeah.
That's why I said
that's why that, like, the greatest
right now,
to me, the greatest award show that didn't make it far because it was just a real award show was the Source Awards.
Yeah.
Source Awards was the culture.
See, the Source Awards shit used to get crazy at the Source.
That's the whole thing. But that's the culture though. That's the culture. That's what it is.
Remember what happened with the Source Awards? Once Benzino started being biased as far as what people was getting as mics and stuff, and then whack albums started getting 5 mics, there go the infiltration again.
Yeah, it got commercial. Like, yo.
That's the thing that's the problem when it comes to hip hop and awards. You can't go, like, there's nobody that's gonna be, because Rakim, does he have a Grammy? No.
That's a fucking shame.
Does Big Daddy Kane have a Grammy? No.
And it's whack, yo.
Yeah.
It's just
so
the Grammys can hold one of these.
And we talking about some of the best to ever do.
It's crazy how someone like Macklemore has a Grammy.
Over Kendrick.
Over Kendrick.
Over Good Kid, Mad City. That was the greatest album of 2012. Period. Period.
It goes to show that the people who are sitting in the seat making the decisions.
Yeah, like, what are you listening to?
What are
you listening to?
I have no
idea.
What,
and that's the thing about not being from the culture, because us from the culture, you listen to an album with a certain ear. You're looking for a certain context.
But you can't tell me that the same person that is judging the best country album is doing the best hip hop album, because if that's the case, then that's stupid, and that doesn't make any sense to me at all. There has to be someone who works for this committee who is dedicated to choosing the hip hop category.
Now, when you're choosing your winners based off numbers and popularity contests versus content, that's where the problem is.
Wow.
And that's why it's like I want us to represent, but I want to speak on that topic because he deserved one of these a long time ago. If you really want to talk about making history changing music,
Nas should have had his first Grammy at least by like 9/7. When did Stillmatic come out? Come on, man.
Yeah, that was Stillmatic. What was that? That was late 90s, early 2000s. But like, if anything, if you want to say the track that Nas should have got a Grammy for was him and Lauryn Hill, If I Ruled the World. Grammy.
That should have got a Grammy.
Yeah.
That's
No,
it.
and then just to be on some hip hop trueness,
One
the world
mic
is
should have got a
yours.
Grammy.
Yeah.
The
The world is yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
For a hip hop record, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
100.
uplifting and everything. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't
And
want
like
to
it's crazy. And like you said, like that, like Bus, you know how many awards Bus should have? When
Yeah,
you
I don't
really
even
think
wanna
of
talk about it.
Bus makes the type of music to where it's more. I don't want to say gimmicky and make it sound like a bad thing.
it's
But
I get what
wouldn't
you're
say
saying.
that.
Bus
We was
has
calling
a
Buster-
sound that's not really raw like that.
right.
Buster
But the
was-
music
was-
that he makes sells records like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. And
That's the thing.
it sells records like it sells records overseas crazy
Everywhere.
too. Because people like Busta Rhymes, you remember how we were having that conversation about who's timeless. Busta Rhymes might be timeless.
Yeah. One of the most.
Busta Rhymes was hit maker before hit maker.
Yes.
Like I was calling Busta Rhymes a hit maker from what was that? The first Ellie, he was on it, son.
Yeah.
He been on it.
Yo, when Disaster Strikes was, I banged that album so hard,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah.
When Disaster Strikes, the whole album, like not even the singles, like Dangerous and Keep Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. That's cool.
Didn't make the
That's
radio.
cool. But the stuff that didn't make the like so hardcore. Like you remember that track when it comes doom 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 ziggy ziggy. Yo, that track was nuts, yo, and just the whole melody and the way he flowed on the beat, like, and that is just all of that, yo. And to say that he doesn't have one, and he's still out here putting music out today, with 30 years later.
His newest album is dope.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. It is.
And that came out in 2020. Crazy, man. That's why those shows they get it wrong, man.
That's because at this point, and the way that I don't know, for some reason, that's the way hip hop is, since it's a quote unquote young man's game, but they're not gonna give Busta the accolades that they would give someone that, like, say, a young baby right now, like Little Baby or whatever. Like, they're not gonna do that because Busta is.
Yeah, he's an old man in the game.
It doesn't, but he's still spitting and he still know what it's about.
And it's still relevant.
Exactly. But it's just on some, that whole bias, the way they have a divide, instead of just focusing on who's nice and who's not, that fucks shit up, son, because you be having these subpar trash dudes, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100, son. Your boy with that fucking whoopty, son. He should not be talked about as much as he is, versus Busta not getting all of the talk about his album that just dropped.
Wait, who are you talking about?
CJ, that's his name.
I don't remember his name.
The dude that made that song, that made that song Whoopty.
Yeah,
the one that sounds like the one that sounds like the Exposing Me song.
Yeah. Like, see, you be knowing their names. I don't be knowing these new cats.
I can't, son. Like, and it's like, I'm not gonna say that dude is trash like that, son, because if you listen, he can ride the track, and I'm pretty sure he's saying something that
hold up. So I got the lyrics up real quick. So let's just go over the lyrics of this very prestigious song by the great artist CJ, and the name of the song is called Whoopty. All right.
Yeah.
Whoopty bitch, I'm outside. It's a movie, huh? Blue cheese. I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like loosely. Bitch, I'm about my chicken like it's a 2-piece. You can have your bitch back. She a groupie. She just swallowed all my kids in the 2C.
I'm good. I don't need to know.
I
don't need.
How about
I don't need no more of that.
How
Because
about
that just gets.
She swallowed his kids in the 2C, bro.
No.
A 2C.
Son, no.
But you want to know what's crazy, bro? I love blue cheese as well. Wow. But yeah, man, so that's crazy. And I'm sure, it on this list it has Biggie and Tupac, but obviously I think that if they would have never died and they would have kept doing music again,
but
they
Pac,
probably would have.
If maybe Big, if not, because Big's career was relatively short, but Pac put out some classic records. and some
Yeah,
real
but
heavy
let's
records.
keep it 100 with Pac. Pac, early Pac, nobody was checking for. Brenda's Got a Baby, yes. You know what I'm saying? That's maybe about it. Early Pac, only if you was really into hip hop like that was you like listening to him.
Yeah.
People wasn't listening to Pac till he became Angry Pac.
That's what, because he made the controversy. He started to build up that notoriety off that controversy versus when he was pushing, you know, the socially conscious records. And nobody really didn't care about that time. They cared about, you know, they cared about the beef. They cared about the,
crazy,
you know, the mix up and all of that.
He, like you said, he was still nice. Like, I personally like that song when my homies call and stuff like that. Like, that whole vibe that he was coming with,
yeah,
he was nice.
Yeah.
But nobody was really checking for Pac until after freaking Bishop was born, and then when he just started wilding out after he got locked up and went to death row. That's when people really started paying attention to Pac.
Yeah.
But Pac been here way before that, but people just wasn't checking with him for him because he was like, what was he? One of the road dogs for the Digital Underground.
Yeah, basically at that time. But it's just me how like stuff like that just doesn't really get the shine that it's supposed to get. But yeah, we stuck with Blue Cheese and all that.
No, not even that. Forget the Blue Cheese, bruh. Have you seen your boy Lil Nas X new video with him giving Satan a lap dance, bruh?
Wait, he's giving.
I can't get into that. Yo. I seen clips of that and I was like, yo, what's happening here? At first, I didn't even know it was him until I really started looking. Then I was like, yo, you kidding me?
I don't even care about that lap dance shit. It's the whole thing of you're giving Satan a lap dance. Now, when strippers give you a lap dance, they're like your servant, right?
Yeah, at that point.
All right, so basically you're promoting the imagery of being a servant to Satan. Now he also has that fucking sneaker with a drop of human blood. You heard about that?
I ain't hear about now.
Google it.
Sneaker with a what?
With a drop of human blood. Yo, what's happening here, man?
What are we doing, bro?
I'm watching this video right now, and
that video's crazy. I didn't even finish it, yo. I couldn't. But it was, and the thing about it is, like, I didn't really have a problem with him. Like, that country record blew up. He was doing his thing. He was cool. I was like, all right. And you know, his orientation, I don't care about that, to each his own. But like crazy stuff like that, like that's too much.
You just took it to the whole next level. What are you really? What are you promoting? What is behind your music? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to influence to act like this? As far as being a servant to fucking Satan.
I think it's
everybody killing everybody nowadays. Anyway, it's crazy.
It's just to be controversial, man.
But
I don't necessarily think that he's doing it for a certain reason. I think
you cannot tell me that everybody is so lost nowadays that you don't understand the severity of energy, what you put out, and how it affects the freaking universe, bro.
Especially in the space that he's in, because a lot of kids and young, you know what I'm saying, young kids listen to his music.
Exactly. He has that audience.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not
like my daughter checked for him before I checked for him. And then she goes and watch a video and sit like, nah, I'm not cool with that.
And you know, Luke, this kind of goes into something that I was speaking with I almost said Jarrell. We're not gonna say real names. We'll do whatever. Yeah. I was speaking with Genius earlier about this, about like role models and shit. Yeah. So you got Billie Eilish, who is, I'm not big on Billie Eilish, probably because she's too young for my taste and all of that stuff.
But my daughter loves her.
My niece loves Billie Eilish, right?
I have no idea who that is.
Well, she makes pop songs now, and has
the chick with the green hair and all that.
Yeah. So she went and she said, I don't know the exact quote, and you could probably help me with this, G, but she said, oh, you know, Meg Thee Stallion deserves this.
Mm-hmm.
She had
when she got her award at the Grammys, she dedicated her award to Meg Thee Stallion.
Now here's my thing.
She won over that, like over Savage Remix.
I don't follow Meg Thee Stallion enough to know if she's been having an amazing year. Maybe numbers wise, obviously she is. She's real popular. But if you think about what your influence has, and you're someone like Billie Eilish, right, who has a bunch of little girls who love you, and they hear you say, oh well, Meg Thee Stallion deserved this, and then they go and they listen to Meg Thee Stallion's album, and she out here talking about wet ass pussy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And but this is my 10-year-old niece, who has undoubtedly heard the WAP song uncensored, has found a way to. And,
of course.
And G, of course, your daughters have probably heard it.
Yeah,
well.
we probably heard a taste of it.
Right. So it's really important to make sure that if you're in that spotlight, someone like Billie Eilish is, I don't understand how you can go and endorse it. If you're going to endorse the person, then don't do it on camera. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Because now
you can praise them in person on your own time.
Word.
Because y'all running in them circles anyway. I'm pretty sure you're going to cross paths.
But see, then it becomes a thing of like, oh, Billie Eilish said Meg Thee Stallion is cool.
Yeah, that's all.
Right.
All
Alexa,
that,
play Megan Thee
It's
Stallion.
all branding, bro. It's all about branding. So now you want to associate your brand with their brand, and like it's all like you can get her fan base paying attention to you. That's all strategy, man. That's all strategy.
Yeah, but it's just a matter that you got to also be responsible with it, because you don't want to send your teeny bopper group over to some grown folks music. And then now it becomes a thing where, you got to talk about this and ask this, so your kids come and ask you what that is. Because speaking of that song, one of my kids heard it and asked me, what is that? What is a WAP?
Did that really happen?
Yes.
And what'd you say?
I didn't say shit. I said, go talk to your mother about it.
Damn, how you gonna
because
give that burden to your wife, bro?
Because I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Now, if it was your son and your son was 8 years old and was like, "Daddy, what's a WAP?" You're gonna give him.
And I gotta hold that. I'll explain it to him, because I have to explain it to him in a certain context.
So why? But I'm just curious, because I don't have any kids. I have 2 dogs.
Because it's uncomfortable to look in your daughter's face and explain it.
That's what I would assume.
That's what it is.
When you're coming from a male's perspective too.
Exactly.
As explaining that, I can see that. Like, that's why I am. Oh, thank goodness I have a son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Thank the stars, yo. Because I got mine to be 13 in a couple months. And man, listen.
Yeah. It's about to be real.
Yeah, she's getting there, bro. She's getting there. At 14, I was seeing some things that I probably shouldn't have seen.
Yeah. We all were.
You say at 14, that go applies
that's
to
nothing now.
8 now.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's different now.
Yeah.
Totally different lane, yo.
Yeah, that's nothing.
So yeah, man.
All right, well, that's Grammys, and it is what it is. But I know that y'all wanted to get into this De La Hoya possibly coming back, and that he wants to he wants to fight Floyd or something like that. What's going on with that?
You might know more about it than me, G.
I didn't really read into it, because when I seen it, like I seen a little bit of the Snoop interview when he was talking to him, and he's like, he has a comeback set up for July 3rd. And like I said, I believe Oscar's 48. And in that video, if you look at him sitting there with Snoop, now maybe it's because he's in the suit or whatever, but it doesn't look like he's in I'm about to fight in a couple months shape. Maybe he is, but from what I saw, I'm just like, yo, man, that kidney shot back in the day from B-Hop put you on the mat. Kidney shot like that, like now your joint might just explode out here.
I don't know what.
And like I said, I just feel like the battery is being put in cats back, because they saw Tyson and Roy get busy, and Tyson looked real good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Tyson and Roy got busy. I would say
Tyson got busy. Roy survived. I keep it 100. I was trying to give my man Roy respect, but we're gonna keep it 100. We're gonna keep it 100. But like, think of what that happened since then. Now Evander Holyfield definitely wants to fight with Tyson. Evander like pushing 60.
Did you hear about it though? They're acting like Tyson people are ducking that fight.
Yeah.
Evander Holyfield wants to come back and fight.
Evander Holyfield wants Tyson 3. And the last thing they said was that Holyfield said that we offered Tyson some money and he turned it down or something like that, which I don't believe. Or he said he wanted it under the Legends Only League. It was something like that, right?
I didn't really dig too much into it myself. All I know is I saw there was a couple of things floating where Holyfield's camp was basically saying it's dead in the water now, and it's because Mike and his people, they really don't want that fight. They're saying Holyfield wants to fight for real, and Mike is not taking it for real. I don't know what's going on with that.
He wants to do an expedition.
Mike was looking like
exhibition.
I don't think that Mike was taking the Roy Jones fight. I don't think that either of them took it seriously. I don't think that they were supposed to, because if those two men would have really went out there and really tried to knock each other's heads off, the fight would have looked completely different to all of us.
Did you see? I think I rewatched the fight recently. I just rewatched the fight last night or 2 nights ago. Roy was looking winded by round 2.
Yes. And did you notice? I forget what round it was, but where Tyson was like hitting him and he like held back.
When he was like he was holding back the uppercuts.
Yeah.
Because he would have finished him.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you seen Tyson like pulling back, like he ain't want to, really put the pause on him like that.
I don't think I would want to see, like, it's crazy because honestly, I'm gonna say it, but then if it was to happen, I would probably do the opposite. But I don't want to see Mike and Holyfield basically near 60, possibly one killing the other in the like, because that would be a war. That's not going to be no play like how Roy Jones was dancing around. I
think that's why Holyfield wants it so bad. Yeah.
It's not going to be like that. It's going to be head-to-head blows, bruh.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to see it, but then the boxing fan in me, I'm going to pay for that if it goes in, and I'm going to want to watch. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That's history, one way or the other.
Yeah.
So you can't deny that. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like, do you really want to, at what cost? Do we really want to see one of them dudes on some Nate Robinson but not get up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that Nate Robinson shit should have proved to people that this ain't a game.
It's not at all.
You can go out there and you can
crazy, and I'm ready, and I'm about to take this dude head off.
Yeah, you could go out there and you could spar real quick just for charity or whatever. But if you're not a boxer and you going out there thinking that you're gonna do something, you're gonna get put on your ass. I just didn't know
Nate Robinson looked like a little kid getting beat up by a bully, just trying to fight back. Like,
yeah, that shit was crazy. I didn't know that your boy Jake Paul could fight like that though.
Nah, I didn't know that either. I give him props for what it was.
He obviously takes that more seriously because Nate Robinson is an athlete, so he has the condition, but he just didn't have the training. He was leaving that chin open. He just kept going in trying to knock out Jake Paul, and he caught him slipping 3 times, bro.
Mm-hmm.
3 separate occasions. He caught him. You coming in here with your face unguarded, whole lot. Yeah. One of them, you remember when Nate was like, he hit me in the back of the head? Nah, he didn't hit you in the back of the head. He punched you in the back of the ear because you was turning as he was punching.
Right.
Yeah.
That was all skills. Like, that shows like either you have to train for that sport or sit down.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what peak athletic condition you're in. If you don't know what to do, that's going to be your downfall.
What about Dylan White?
Oh yeah, man. I'm about to subscribe to the Zone because I wish I would have seen it.
What happened?
Dylan White Povetkin too. Dylan put him down in 4 rounds, yo.
He knocked him out or he made him tap out?
Knocked him out.
Oh, he knocked him out? That wasn't no TKO?
Nah, well, I mean, he lost the count. He wasn't asleep, but 10 count, he was done.
Okay.
And he looked damn good. I saw a couple of the highlights, man. Now that's the Dylan White fight from last night was the Dylan White that I've been telling y'all about that I've been watching. He came out just right off the rip. He stunned Povetkin in the first round, and they were in there brawling like blow for blow. He stunned him the first round. The second round, he was already knotted and leaking, and the 4th round, he was done.
Wow. So you want to see him against your boy?
I mean,
I think
that's probably what they're gonna push next. Fight. It's who else is left because you got Fury and Joshua. They already signed the papers. That's going down. So Under them is Wilder, White, and I guess if you want to throw Ruiz in the mix because he held the title for a minute.
You have to, yeah.
So between the three of them, two of them got to fight each other.
I think that the perfect comeback fight for Wilder would be Dillian Whyte.
That would be a test. That would be a test, and I'd love to see. Because if Dillian Whyte fights like how he fought last night, that's gonna be like a Wilder Ortiz thing. Like it's gonna be one of them rough fights. So if Wilder can recover from that,
Wilder to take after going through what he's just going through, is that a smart fight for his camp to take? Because you know, boxing is about politics. And
is it a smart fight? Hell no. It's not a smart fight at all. But it's the real fight, though.
We might not see that. This isn't like 1980.
No, I get it. I get it. But my thing is that if you're sitting there as Deontay Wilder with you know what I'm saying, all this ego and stuff that he got, maybe he is a little more humble now because you should be. But if you sitting there at Wilder and they say, yo, you have the choice between Andy Ruiz and Dillian Whyte, what fight you think he gonna take?
Ruiz.
He gonna take the Dillian Whyte fight, yo, because he got
he gonna take Ruiz. I see that. He gonna knock Ruiz out, look good, make his brand look good, then move on to bigger pastures and get bigger paychecks.
I don't think, but he ain't gonna look good. He ain't gonna look good fighting Ruiz. That's gonna be light for him. Like, let's keep it 100. He's not gonna
fight this dude and risk losing and messing his brand up.
Well, Ruiz lost a good amount of weight.
Yeah, he done cleaned up.
It don't matter how much
he was real sloppy that second.
It doesn't matter. Ruiz is not in Wilder's class.
No, and I don't think that he is, but I think that I think that Wilder's best bet is to come back and fight Dillian Whyte, because I see here on BoxingNews24.com, Dillian Whyte wants his next fight to be against Wilder.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure.
He said that after the fight last night.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he did.
I really don't believe that Wilder's can't. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a smart
I get what you're
fight.
saying. I get what you're saying about politics and all of that coming off of
and
L like
that. It's not too low. It's the draw and then the loss or whatever. But
let's keep it 100. I'm a Wilder fan. Let's keep it 100. It was 2 losses. I'm not gonna front on that.
So coming off of the back of 2 losses, I don't know if his camp is gonna want that fight. I would say the Ruiz fight will make a little bit more sense, because then that's where you could show people you still got it, get a big name up out of here, and then you can ask for more money for your next.
I think that's just a pushover, though, yo. I think that's a tune-up fight. That's not a comeback fight. That's a tune-up.
Okay.
I like it, like, you know what I'm saying.
Maybe
like
he
Jay
goes
said,
to them both.
Oh, Generico said, let's get right to it, yo. Wilder Whyte, get right to it. Because I want to see if you, and then my other thing is that this time that you spent off, have you developed, like I said, that humility, and also have you developed that discipline to accept the fact that you need to add more pieces to your game? And are you trying to do that? And if so, you should have been training and trying to do that over this amount of time. So come back and show me something, because you catch Dillian Whyte with the right, he gonna go to sleep like everybody else. But I want to see what else you done came up with in this time off. If you really taking this thing seriously, you should have been like, yo, I got to do something. I got to do something different.
Yeah, the next time.
Like all of that, my costume, my water and all that, you got all that out your system. Now you should be sitting around watching tapes and realizing that you really got to change it up. And it's not to say that you're trash now, but you need more to be in the elitist field of boxing. To be an elitist, you need more than what you got.
We need to see something different.
Exactly.
Not the same old, like, just waiting for the one-hitter quitter. We need to see something that makes us see a different fighter than we saw in the ring the last 2 times.
Yeah. And my thing, and this is the thing why I say he should fight Dillian Whyte, because in order to beat Ruiz, he doesn't need nothing different. It could be the same old Wilder, waiting to set up for the right.
Stalk him and just wait and just catch him with the one.
But with Dillian Whyte, to get past Dillian Whyte and, you know, not necessarily a spectacular fashion unless you put him out, but in a convincing fashion, you need more than what you got. So you should have a little bit of something by now. And I want to see that. I don't want to see Ruiz. Just like I said, that's a tune-up fight. Not to say Ruiz is a journeyman, but I don't want to see that.
I don't know. It might all really just come down to the amount of power that he has within the decisions in his camp. Because I could
Mhm.
see Wilder wanting that fight, but I could see his camp campaigning against that fight because if he loses, his
Yeah.
brand takes a hit, bruh.
Nah,
A
100.
tremendous hit.
But if he wins, though, he's fighting one of those top two. Like that's next. And now he has that chance to
I'd rather
unify
him
the
just,
division again.
instead of fighting that dude, then I would just rather wait and get the winner out of
Nah, he doesn't deserve the winner. Not at this point.
Okay.
If you ask me, and like I said, I'm a Wilder fan. Y'all know that. But right now, where he stands, he doesn't deserve the winner of that fight.
Okay.
You had your chance
What,
to
of
fight
Joshua
Tyson Fury for
Fury?
the third time. Yeah, he don't deserve that.
No,
Yeah.
hell no, of course he doesn't.
But and plus you had your chance and y'all did all that dancing around and all that. And then Fury was like, well, fuck that. Your contract expired. It's a wrap. And I can't be mad at that. I wanted to see if you came up with something different. But by the same token, that probably wasn't really enough time for you to come up with something different, keep it real anyway. So now at this point, I want to see a nice, good fight. And I think the only person that can offer him that when you're talking about names is Dylan White. I don't see nobody else offering him a nice, good fight. I don't want to see him and Ortiz again.
No.
Two of those was two good fights, but he survived both fights. Well, he survived the second one. He definitely won the first one. The second one was a brawl because he almost went down. But I don't want to see that again. So give me Dylan White, you know. Let's get right to the action.
They've never fought each other before, right?
Nah. And Dylan White called him out, and Eddie Hearn said that should be the next fight anyway, which is Dylan White's promoter. Let's get to it. Sign the contract, yo.
Let's see if we could get that going.
Yeah.
Hopefully, man. That'd be dope.
But yeah, I'm definitely about to put out that $20, man. Between that, the Joshua Fury fight, they putting on some shows, yo. I should have kept it when it was $9. That's where I messed up at.
Joshua versus
that's gonna be on
the Zone.
Yes.
It is?
That's who they signed to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zone, man.
I had it for $10. I gave it up, and
you bugging.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you bugging, bro. Because it's $20, right?
Yeah.
So you had that shit on.
You want to get that grandfather off?
Yeah, when it first came out, it was $10 a month. And that's when I first got it. When it first came out, when Josh was fighting on it was $10.
And it's $20 a month now.
Yeah. Because it then got popular.
Wow.
So should have held on to it then, but you know.
All right, well, what else we got here going on? So, I did want to mention how now, G, I know this is more up your alley than Smills, but the new Monster Hunter game dropped.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Now, Smills could talk about that. Jack A out here in the
Oh,
building.
yeah. Jack A. I forgot about that.
Jack K, man. That was my guy right there.
That was my guy right there.
Yeah.
If you didn't know. So this new Monster Hunter Rise came out, and apparently it's absolutely killing. And Capcom, their stock is at an all-time high right now because of Monster Hunter Rise. And that's most likely because of all of the success that Monster Hunter World had. Because Monster Hunter World is the highest selling Capcom game of all time.
It is?
And then, think about that, yo.
Over Street Fighter.
Yes.
Over
think
Resident
about that.
Evil.
Street Fighter been out for 30 years. 30 years. Yeah. Monster Hunter pulled up in what, 2016? Something like that?
Yeah.
So Monster Hunter been out for about 5 years. Blew Street Fighter out the water, yo. Yeah. And it's really because of the West. Like, it's because we really got onto it over here. Because Monster Hunter wasn't a big thing over here. No. But
Monster Hunter was always like on the East, like a Japanese thing.
Yeah.
But Monster Hunter World is the one that came out for was it ever on 360?
Nah.
It was always on the one and PS4.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. But yeah, once that dropped, it brought Monster Hunter to America, where if you wasn't checking for it, you didn't know about it.
No.
Yeah.
So, but Monster Hunter World
it blew up, yo.
It blew up. One of my favorite games in a very long time.
Blew up.
And now that Rise is out, and apparently Rise is doing good. So their stock is at an all-time high, which is kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I got that shit downloaded. I'm gonna be playing that shit soon, and I hope that it's good.
I'm gonna check it out, man. Because I did like the what's those new flies that they got where you can sling around, a way to dip and do your aerial moves. That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
And now what, you got like a dog or some shit like that with?
Get a dog so you don't gotta run around the map.
Yeah, exactly. Dog yeah, you could just hop on a dog and go to where you got to be
out, man.
Okay.
Because chasing monsters around, and then they go to the other side of the map. Now you got to find the camp to fast travel to, and then you got to run here. But the thing about fast traveling is that you don't pick up no resources along the way.
Right.
And you could jump on a dog and go, and you could pick stuff up while you on the dog. That was tight.
Yeah, that's dope. And you could fight on the dog too.
Oh, I didn't do that.
You could fight on the dog and you could fight on the monster. Like you remember how you could grapple claw onto the top of a monster? Well, you could do that now, and you can ride the monster, Smills, my bad. And you can ram the monster into like a wall. You could have the monster fight other monsters for you.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy. Okay. It's real dope.
It's like you can control them for a second and make them do moves.
Yeah.
So if you out there with the Anjanath and Rathalos, you jump on the Anjanath and make him bite his ass, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, though they got a whole different set of monsters in that game anyway. They're not the same.
They're not all the same. They got some of the same ones. Like I was watching somebody play. I saw Barrett. I saw they got the Raytheon in there. So
I figured they bring the dragons back.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
But
with it being on Nintendo, what's the graphics like though versus like when it was on the Xbox and PlayStation?
I mean, it's HD, but other than that, it's not bad. It ain't litty like that. It's just, it looks all right.
I turned on.
Nah, it looks like itself. It's just
like
not as detailed as as you know what I'm saying, the one and all that.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Now there's talks of a Nintendo Switch Pro coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna have the 4K graphics, so that's gonna make stuff look really dope.
Yeah, I heard about that, and that's the thing about that. It's like, damn. Of course, here Nintendo Go always putting out system upgrades and all that, and watch it be sold out for months.
Oh, you already know.
Months.
You already know, because the people who still can't get a Series X or a PS5 are just gonna cop a Switch Pro.
Yeah. And I'm sure, hopefully, they have a nice trade-in deal. Then I might run and trade mines in. Because they do that also. Trade it in, you get $150 off. Doing the joints with GameStop and all that.
Yeah, that comes out as getting copped. That's has to get copped. Because I'm sick of the only games looking good is like Super Mario. But if you try to play something that's like NBA 2K21, for example, on the Switch, like
Overwatch looks trash on the Switch. Like comparatively, it looks real boxy and old school.
Okay.
That don't look good. I still play Warriors of Orochi. Warriors of Orochi 4 on Switch is just not. It's not as many sprites on the screen. It's just slow, and you know what I'm saying. But Switch wins in just portability. Like you pick the joint up and walk out the house and keep going.
Yeah,
that's the crazy shit.
That's what they get you with.
Yeah,
playing Smash on the run is nothing better than that.
I'm thinking of getting another dock for it, so I can get a second dock and keep it upstairs where I'm at now, and then keep one downstairs, because like the Switch is such a great party device. Like when me and Shorty's friends come over, we're always playing Switch. Mario Party has to go down, so it's just a bunch of cats drinking and playing Mario Party, and it's fun as hell. But I don't want to have to take the Switch, the whole damn shit with the wires and all of that. I just want to be able to pick it up and go put it in another dock.
And then I learned too when I took my Switch that the US, because it's a USB-C charger, but it's proprietary. Because I took my Switch to another room and plugged my phone charger into it. It's like, nah,
really
real shit. Yeah. So you actually have to use it. You can't just put a USB cord in and plug it into your charger and turn the Switch on. It's not having it.
Wow,
it'll charge the system, but it won't play on the TV. So I guess the voltage has to be exactly right.
I got you.
Yeah.
Damn. That's great.
Nintendo know how to get you, man. You know how to get down.
Well, yeah, man. What else we got going on this week, yo?
You got my Knicks going on.
You get into that.
Oh man, I'm gonna gloat, bro. I don't care if it's just 2 games above 500.
Y'all finally above 500.
Bruh, this is the first time in 8 years that this late in the season we've been 2 games over 500.
8 years.
Yes,
Dang.
I'm loving it. Yes, I'm loving it. We're not at the bottom of the playoff race. We are in the middle of it, and we're a threat to any team on any night. I'm here for it.
Oh,
Yes.
you're 5th place, I see. Okay. 5th
Yes.
place. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, they try and come for Brooklyn head. Yeah.
Like you, Brooklyn, bro. Now you want to talk about super teams? You see what they did, right?
Nah, what happened?
All right, now they got Kyrie, they got James Harden,
I know they got the big
Kevin
3
Durant,
now. Yeah.
they got Blake Griffin, they got LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bruh.
Yo, they going for it all, yo.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they doing over there.
They're doing what Miami did years ago when they got LeBron and Dwayne
Yes,
and all of them.
that's kind of like that. That's kind of like what that team was, because if you think about it, with that team, they had Antoine Jameson. They had dudes that like used to be all-stars or whatever that was in their twilight years, but still able to contribute.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the same exact formula this Brooklyn team is running with right now. They roster is crazy. I didn't even say DeAndre Jordan's name.
Hey, so they coming for it heavy.
They have the most stacked team in the league right now. So yeah, I'm enjoying my team actually doing it from the soil. We building up something special right now, bro, and it's working. It's working, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. The product is, I can actually sit through complete Knick games, not knowing what the end is going to be. Last year, I was turning games off by 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, sit there.
So it's a whole different vibe right now, man. I'm loving it.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
And we got baseball season coming back soon, man.
Yeah. Gotta see what
baseball, that's all y'all, man.
Gotta see what my boys and Mets are gonna do this year. See what they're gonna do. Got the best pitcher in baseball, basically. We just need to get some stuff around them.
Yeah, you guys, yeah. But see the Yankees too, bro, because now that we got Garrett Cole, who's the dude from the Astros. We had him last year though. But the Yankees have an incredible lineup too. Like, there's no reason for the Yankees and the Mets not to see each other again. There's no reason for it, bro. But then you still got teams like LA, because the Dodgers are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to baseball coming back. But real quick, I did want to mention, speaking of baseball, because at the Bucks play in what stadium, G?
Who, the Tampa Bay?
Yeah, because that's where WrestleMania is. What's the name of the stadium that the Buccaneers play at?
I don't remember the name.
Oh, okay, got you. But yeah, WrestleMania is going to be in the stadium. You know that, Lou?
Yeah. How many
they
people is it at full capacity?
Nah, hell no.
Oh, I figured they wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
What is it? 50%? How much percent?
I'm trying to find out right now, like exactly how much. I think it's even lower than that. I think it's like maybe 40%. So it's going to look crazy when you're looking at the fans. I don't even know why they risked it, bro.
I still find it crazy that they even letting crowds in the ring. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. Like, because you can try to enforce the social distancing and the rules and all this.
You see what certain places doing, man. Like Texas was like, yo, we open for business.
Yeah, Texas.
Come through. We open for business.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Wasn't it like that in Georgia too, like for the longest?
Nah, it just looked like that. It wasn't like that. It's just when you seen people partying in Atlanta, it looked like people was just out. Like it was.
But I don't think that they had
officially
laws in place. I don't think they had laws in place like up here.
Everybody had laws in place. The only place that's open for business like that, from what I've heard lately, is Texas and is it Mississippi or Minnesota? One or the other. They open for business,
You know,
and it's like,
when
yo,
I went to Mexico
I can't.
recently, in Mexico, you would think there, well, not where we went, you would think there wasn't a pandemic. Motherfuckers weren't wearing their masks. They didn't care.
Yo, and see, that's the thing, man. Like, it's like, I understand, like, these vaccines is out here, and people just getting antsy and want to move around a little bit, but thing like that, when you do that stuff prematurely, man, it's just gonna cause a bounce back, and then we're gonna end up right back at the beginning.
Yo, Smills, I don't know if you trying to open up that vaccine can of worms, bro. Because if we do, you know where that's gonna go, man.
Nah, like I don't even want to get into that topic.
That's a whole episode in and of itself about this vaccine, bro.
That's a dedicated episode within itself.
Yeah, man. But it primarily it just goes in. I'm not me personally, and this may sound crazy to people. I'm not checking for a vaccine right now, unless I absolutely need to or something happens to me where I need it. But
exactly.
I'm not willingly going out to get a vaccine. I'm good.
No. Not and the biggest thing is, especially when they start saying that different strains is coming out where the previous vaccine didn't work, and so it's like, all right, so how many vaccinations am I supposed to get if it keeps mutating? Like I don't understand that. But even aside from that, you never want to like be first on the line for stuff like that. There's always gonna have to be brave people that step out on that line,
right?
But when it comes to vaccinations and stuff like that, the first couple are always guinea pigs. Sorry to say, man.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And like you seen what it was doing to certain people. Like I still what Tommy Hearn said about Marvin Hagler, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Like I don't doubt that.
Exactly.
Because you have an allergic reaction to something that nobody knows nothing about. How do you treat it?
Exactly.
Like you treat it based on the allergic reaction. You treat it that way, but other than that, you don't really know what it comes down to. What part of it was he allergic to without having to do additional research?
Maybe Marvin Hagler had something that he didn't know about that went undiagnosed that had a bad reaction from the vaccine.
It could have been that.
And now he ends up passing away, and we don't know what it was because it went on like that. That shit happens all the time, just in regular medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, ain't no do-overs. It ain't no do-overs.
That's my thing with like, I'm gonna let this shit ride out for a little bit, give it a year or two, until it becomes a little bit more standard and I see that everybody's good, then maybe I'll think about doing it. But as for now, that ain't going down.
Like it's more on my radar though, just because of my line of work. But I'm still on the fence about it. I mean, like you said, I want to see more people that are just cool. Like I took it, I went through this, that, and the other. I've been good for, X amount of time, not like a couple weeks. Like I really, like maybe by this coming fall or something. People got through summer. A lot of people gonna been and had it by then. Let's see how things play out. But yeah, I wasn't one of them. As soon as they said vaccines out, look, gotta go. Nah, I'm not going.
Yeah.
And all I think about is that 2020, yo. That 2020 episode, that cheerleader got the flu shot and she couldn't walk no more. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, that's what it be, man. And it's not even the far-fetched, they putting a chip in there, but you don't even have to be that far-fetched behind it to understand that when it comes to vaccines, especially when you don't know what you're really dealing with like that, you're playing a game of chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a big risk, man, because
there has to be like,
for some people, it's life and death.
There has to be like a long line of evidence that shows that this works.
Yeah.
And the numbers, if you go on the news, they still show, or you can Google it right now, you know, the amount of cases and the amount of deaths, if they're giving out this vaccine and by the end of this year that number is not drastically down, then I'm gonna be a little bit sus about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, look, don't come at me with that shit. But you know, but then again, on the flip side, if later this year they're like, oh, well, the country's almost virus free and it's all because of the vaccine, I'm gonna look at them sideways like, of course.
Maybe,
of
maybe
course.
not.
Of course
maybe
it
not.
is now. Now that we got the vaccine to come and save the day, everybody's okay. Like, I see, but I'm not. I'm a very distrusting person, so it takes a lot for me to be like, okay, yeah, that's some.
Especially
I
when the
don't get
end
that stuff
result
either.
is your life.
Yeah,
It's not a game. Like, it's no do-overs. It's no oops, my bad. Let me run that back. It ain't none of that.
yeah.
You're dead, son.
That's why I haven't gotten a flu shot in I don't know how long.
I haven't either.
Me neither.
And I haven't gotten the flu or nothing like that. Thank God, because I take care of myself enough and don't put myself into those situations like that.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, I never felt the urge as an adult to just walk in a Walgreens and be like, I'm here to schedule my flu shot. Like, I never ever felt the need to have to do. I know that there is a need for it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, my parents would be like, you're gonna go get your flu shot. So maybe
right.
I
remember that was this shot as a kid, son. That's when I used to fight the doctor when they had to have nurses hold me down and shit. Cause that was the big needle with the clear sap that when you see that shit, you know it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Or back in the 1940s, the needles.
Yo.
But that's crazy.
But it's I mean, hopefully, like, to keep it 100, I hope it works, because
of course
you need something, but I can't be convinced so soon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope it works. It works and gets things back to normal. And if we can get back to a sense of normalcy, you know, for myself, more importantly for this younger generation, my kids, like that, you know, had to sit in for the past couple years, and kids lost out on their graduations and proms and all that kind of stuff, and just, you know, social for the socialized aspect of it, and for the school, because, and coming from a parent, these kids don't get the same type of education on this sitting on this computer. Yo, it's not the same.
Of course not.
It's not the same. And that's where they're losing out on. So I hope, for the sake of just that alone, you know, that you know, things work out, because they need that sense of normalcy. Like, we adults, like, it's trash. Oh, I can't go out, I can't do this, I can't do that. But we could deal with it. We're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not still developing social skills. Like, we are who we are for the most part at this point in our lives.
Kids need that.
They're still in the development phases, where now, whenever, like, my kids, they're supposed to actually go back to school in April. We voted on it here in the township or whatever. But I can imagine what them first few days is going to be. They're just going to be sitting around mad awkward. Like, is it cool if I talk to you? Or is it cool if I sit here and do your mom's mind and this, that, and that? Like, it's going to be awkward for them.
Yeah, that is going to be real awkward.
And it's just, but the sooner the better, because they need to get back to actually living life the way it's supposed to be led, to develop those skills that's going to take you through later on in life, those social skills and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being clammed off and all of that, having to talk to people on screens and not being able to read body language and say what's up and see people smile face to face. Like, all of that type of stuff is important.
You know, I was talking to Shorty about the other day. Eventually, there are going to be kids where all they know is wearing a mask.
Yeah.
That's it. Because the kids that were born after March of last year, and this wearing a mask shit ain't going nowhere.
Even if things get good, I don't see this going away for years.
Yeah, I don't give a damn what you think is going to change, but this wearing a mask shit is not going to change. They can lift the ban all they want, but people are still going to be going outside with masks on as a precautionary thing. So there's going to be kids out there who know nothing. And, like, I'm talking about 5-6 years from now. Yeah, they're going to be going out and wearing a mask is as normal to them as wearing a shirt. You know what I mean?
Because even if things get back to quote unquote normal, like, I'm gonna still move around with one for a while, me personally.
Yeah.
Like at least for the next whatever, like 2-3 years at least, I'm still gonna be moving with one anyway.
Yeah.
Now, would I eventually, can we get back to where it's just regular life? Yeah, cool. But for the time being, even if they say you could take your mask off, if I'm in a heavily crowded area, I'm gonna move with one anyway.
I don't know, man. Like, when did SARS come out?
Like as a big thing?
Yeah.
Wasn't it in like the early 2000s or something like that?
And
I
we
would think it
still
was
see
something like that,
people,
like late 90s and stuff.
and we still see people wearing masks in China, bruh.
Yeah.
From SARS.
Yes.
And you know what SARS is, right? It's a form of coronavirus.
Exactly. So that, with that being said,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
think
going
these
nowhere.
shits are going away anytime soon. Not
nowhere.
no 3 years, not no 5 years, not no 10 years.
Yeah, it's not
No.
going nowhere.
This is a part of society right now. And the only thing, unless that's how they try to get that out of society is forcing the vaccination on everybody.
Well, I mean, right now, because I saw Rutgers, they said you can't enroll unless you're fully vaccinated next year.
Wow.
So Rutgers already started it up.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been told y'all that they was gonna start shit like that.
So that's
It's gonna be to the point where
real.
you're not gonna be able to fly. You're not gonna be able to go into they're gonna do some shit with that. Trust me, because you're always gonna have people that's gonna have rebellious minds as far as, no, I'm not doing that. They're gonna have their reasons for not wanting to do it, and in order for the government to trace like what areas should be at most risk for breakouts and shit like that, yeah, they're gonna try to make sure that they have everybody vaccinated. And if you're not, they're gonna make it hard for you.
Yeah. I see that. I see that 100%.
So yeah.
But we
just get ready for it. It's like it's about what choices you want to make, what you're gonna stand by, and brace for it and get ready.
Yeah.
Because I don't think everybody's going along with the program.
No.
So it's just gonna be interesting to see how this shakes out.
I just hope that no crazy shit happens in the future to where they start to force it on people, because that's gonna create that's not gonna go over very well.
No, because then people are gonna start. That's when people they're not gonna take that route, because that's definite, unless they want a social uprising. But if they want to avoid a social uprising, they're gonna sneak it in. And the way you sneak it in is by prohibiting people from doing certain things if they can't show you clearance that they've had the vaccination.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna see everybody. You're gonna want to go to Madison Square Garden and watch that Knicks game, but they're gonna be like, we need to see that pass. Nope, you ain't got that pass. You ain't been vaccinated. You can't get in Madison Square Garden.
Well, MSG is already like, you seen like when they started letting people back in, like you have to go get tested and get all that extra stuff done.
I'm talking about past this. This is still coronavirus MSG.
Yeah, you're talking about vaccine days, like
yes,
when walking around in society. People, I could see it being on some Black Mirror shit, like that show from Netflix. I could see society judging people, this way or that way based on if they have a vaccination or not.
And you're gonna have to have some type
when
of
you
card
get one,
exactly,
a vaccination card that you whip out your wallet, boom, done.
Yes,
with your face on it, your name on it, all that shit.
Yep.
It's gonna be bootleg vaccine cards.
I
going
can
out
definitely see that. I can definitely see that.
I can see that too, especially if it gets to a point where it's like the government or the powers that be really want to say that this vaccination is what's stopping coronavirus. Then it becomes a mandate, then it's vaccination cards is everything. You can't go here, you can't go there, like you said, you can't fly, you can't do nothing. And it's just real crazy to think about that going down in 2020, whatever. Like it's not like it's, the early 1900s, the late 1800s when there was all kinds of health epidemics going around because we didn't have the technology to do nothing about that. Mm-hmm. But in 2021 and forward, we walking around here with vaccination cards because we gotta have it. Like it's just mind-boggling to really think about. Shit,
yeah,
it's mind-boggling to think about. Yeah. At this day and age, that you know, with the technological advances, the advances in science and medicine that we're at this stage, that it comes down to that.
It's eventually it'll evolve into cities. Like you can't go to New York without showing a vaccination card.
Yep. I can see that. It will go from state to state.
Yep. That's gonna be crazy. And then eventually, when your ass is like one of the last ones left and you living in a hut in North Dakota because they ain't get there yet. And then they come there like, look, you gonna get this vaccine now or not.
Yeah. You
could take your ass to Canada.
And that's real crazy to think about, yo, but it's not far-fetched at this point. That's the part.
It's really not.
That
sounds crazy. It's really not.
It's not far-fetched though. Bonkers, man. To really think about.
That's something to think about, man.
Yeah.
Something to brace for.
On that note, I guess we will call it there. So we got our first episode in the books, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Salud.
This is good.
We here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So same time. I mean, we're gonna put this up on YouTube. So this is gonna be on the actual video form of it. It's gonna be up on the YouTube page. If you listen to this on streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora.
Yeah, we out there.
We out there. Definitely visit our YouTube.
Listen, all of that.
The YouTube is Trash Talk with GGS, and that is our YouTube page. So go over there. And another big thanks to Buzzsprout. And with that said, gentlemen, next week for sure, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Yes, sir.